In this episode of the Realty Classroom, we talk about the 6 keys to developing a real estate agent marketing plan. Hi, I'm Danny Griffin, the founder of the Realty Classroom, and today I want to talk about the 6 keys to setting up a solid, profitable real estate marketing plan. So step number 1 is you must also, that's a key word here, you must also target people you don't know. I know all real estate agents are taught very early on, here's your stack of business cards, get out there and start talking to your sphere of influence. Everybody you know, let them know. Good advice, but it should never be the only focus when it comes to marketing the fact that you are in the real estate agent business now. It's very important to consider that you must also target people that you don't know. I know there's a lot of coaching and training out there that picks one end or the other. Hey, let's go for the sphere. Nope, let's go for just the internet leads or the direct response lead generation. They both matter. If you want to build a well-balanced business, people you know and people you don't know will lead to business and profit. Number 2, well, how do you go about doing all this? Well, the first thing you determine is who is your ideal client? I know it's anybody that will do business with you, you're thinking. No, that's not correct when it comes to marketing and planning for that marketing. Who would you love to do business with? See, this is okay when it comes to planning for a marketing plan to get very specific. This is also known as the creation of your avatar, and you can be very specific. Now, think about it this way. You're about to tell your story through marketing as to why they should choose you. So it's much easier to tell a story if you have a clear vision for somebody that you're speaking to. Right? Think about that. In your mind's eye, there's that ideal client, and you want to tell them your story via your marketing plan. They want to hear it clearly to them. So the more you know about them, even if it's ideal and made up, it gets very clear, okay? Now the next thing is, where is your ideal client? I know this might seem obvious, but this was a huge epiphany for me as a veteran in the business that when I started, I was in a geography known as Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's really a region. So I said, well, I want to do business on Cape Cod, so my client is here, right? Well, not right. In fact, not only is that wrong, the sellers live here and don't live here. The buyers, a lot of the time, are coming from somewhere else to become part of our retirement community, or they live here. So it's all over the place. And when you look at that book of business, the key, though, for marketing is to try to determine where they are for marketing purposes, how you will get your marketing message to them. That's key. So the first step here is really about who and where is your ideal client. Now, the next point is, what is your offer? So now that we have this concept of somebody we don't know, we've defined them in an ideal way, so we have a clear avatar. Now all of a sudden, what do you say to them? What kind of offer do you make to somebody that you don't know? How do you get that message across that they should consider you? Well, the most obvious piece of this is to start with universal appeal. So we've already done some refinement here as to where they are, so we can make it a little bit smaller so we don't go broke doing all of this. But the key is make a universally appealing message. Now, I know the pushback there might be, well, everybody's saying the same thing. Look, first of all, let's take everybody and let's get them out of the way. This is about you. And when you start with the obvious. Master the obvious first. Make the universally appealing statements and messages and offers just the way that you think they would appeal. So for example, on the buy side, instant access to homes for sale. I know everybody does it, but what if they do it with you? That's how you begin this relationship. The same thing on the sell side. Property evaluation, and that has a lot of deep dive into instant versus a real thorough evaluation. Just a hint there that the offer should be thought out. You can always put your unique spin on a universally appealing message, but you start there with that kind of offer. Now, number 5, which media channel will you use to deliver the offer? See, most agents, when they're introduced to marketing, they run right down to media. Now, whether they farm it out and they have somebody do it for them, for example, you buy a website and they do your lead generation for you. That's the concept of internet media delegated, hopefully just delegated, not abdicated away to a third party. So that's a media choice. Other choices would include direct mail, newsletters, postcards, the good old-fashioned newspaper, whatever it may be. Those are all decisions that you should think through first before you just say, oh, well, everybody, there they are again, right? Everybody does this, so I'm going to just copy that. Think, maybe that's a good choice for you. Maybe it's not. So media channel for the delivery of the offer to the ideal client that you don't know. And the last piece of this is, are you ready to make good on your offer? Have you really thought about how you will deliver on this promise? Now see, the greatest thing in marketing, and the easiest thing to do, by the way, is to lead with generosity, to give away your best stuff for free. I know you're choking on that, but the bottom line here is if you're willing to give away your best stuff for free in your marketing plan, and the way that you do it, you're triggering the law of reciprocity. Think about it for a second. When you're marketed to and somebody gives, aren't you more likely to give them back? So just consider that you want to give away what you offered, and a lot of it's your best stuff for free, and be ready to make good on that. Okay? Now this is going to lead to a whole other section about database and follow-up, but the point is be prepared. Think through as if you were riding along an assembly line. Einstein was well known for that, imagining himself riding along a beam of light. So as we've gone through this in this marketing channel, now all of a sudden somebody takes us up on the offer. Right? We're all excited about that, hey, that media channel really worked for me. I gotta click. I gotta lead, whatever it may be. Did I make good? Did I deliver? What was that consumer experience, and will they appreciate you for it? Okay, so let's summarize this quickly here. We have the 6 keys to developing a solid, profitable, and sustainable marketing plan for real estate agents. Number 1, and by the way, that's important because you can't build a business on just friends and family, and even those folks need to be marketed to properly. So the first point here is target people that you don't know. The second point, who is that ideal client and where are they, is point number 3. Point number 4, make a clear, universally appealing message to those folks. Number 5, then, and only then, after you've thought through this, make some media channels. That's where the money comes in. This is where most of you go broke and say, oh, marketing didn't work for me. Nah, you just didn't set it up right, because by the way, a media channel can be what? Your mouth. Pick up the phone and call somebody. There's no out-of-pocket cost. Walk up to a house and knock and give your best stuff for free, right? And then ultimately make good on the promise. If you make an offer, give it, right? Don't just take the lead and not deliver on the goods. No good. And that's not good practices, and those are not best practices for marketing and your general business at all. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into this stuff. If you're hearing this or seeing this wherever you are and you would like it or you would subscribe to it, most importantly, share it. If you know somebody that needs this information, that's all we ask. We're giving you our best stuff for free. Share it along. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you.